whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna blame me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation, don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check.
Just off the east bank of the Cumberland River and across the water from the Tennessee State Capitol building, there's a look at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Okay, Frank. Watch the screen. It's all gone.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the Titans' 40-yard line. Set, ready. 60, orange. Go. Watch the safety crease.
Now a handoff here to his running back. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Let's
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Now back to throw. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 19.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it.
30 base, let's go. Right there. I'm coming up to you. I'm coming up to you.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll go as a loss of 5, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Set 90. Wolf. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
2nd and 15. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack.
And the pressure gets to him again. Josh Allen, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And it's now 3-0 Texans. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Down. You ready? Mike 5-4. Watch the right Monday. Down. The right. Check 4. Check 4.
On 1st down, Carr. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Max Crosby able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
29. 29. That's it.
Throwing now is Carr. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Down. 185.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Nick Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down. And you make the home crowd go.
There's a hush indeed. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. The tackle by Robert Quinn.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw here. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, we're good.
Here's Carr to throw. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. They'll set up to throw. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. It's complete to Diggs. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Texans push further out in front. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw, it's Carr. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Carr completes it. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Hey, orbit.
Carr now on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 1st down, Titans, gain of 12. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Here's Carr. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Carr. That is caught inside the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now they try the right side here. It's a 6-yard pickup to get them back to the original line of scrimmage with third down coming up. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Taking it about the 16. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Ready. 58, come on, stand. What are you talking about? And bring it.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Second and long. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
With a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep up. It's caught inside the 25. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. They're going to look to throw. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, but it's going to be second down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on second and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And they'll get this down to the 10. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And his kick is good. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. On third down, Massey, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch the run. They're running it. Check three.
Shotgun now for Carr. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Smith. Express.
To throw again. Carr. This one complete to Niles Paul. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 32 on the play.
It's your first drive of the second half. You're down on the scoreboard. Maybe you just say to yourself, let's take a shot, see if we can shake them up. And boy, they hit that one.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On 1st down, Massey. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Watch it. Safety's creeping.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Letting one go deep. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Mark Andrews with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And that one puts them on top here in the 3rd. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. And Diggs has it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 39.
A gain of 13 yards. First down.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, when you're able to break a run against a cover 2 or a 2-deep zone, safeties are back a little ways. What you're counting on is the guys taking care of business up front and then maybe climbing to the 2nd level. That offensive lineman or tight end getting up to the 2nd level and able to block the safety in order to create a big run.
And making those linemen work with a couple blocks. They look good doing it there. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting them in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver, and that'll make it 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
They'll run it. It's Mack. And he'll get this down only to the 18. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And this one is right through. And with that, the lead changes hands here in this 3rd quarter. So it's his 3rd field goal now with the ball game, and they've needed his leg. This last one gives him the lead.
It's been a back-and-forth kind of a game, hasn't it? Now you got to tell your defense, guys, need you to make this stand up because we got the momentum going in the right direction, but we need you to make sure we carry it home.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Hey, 734.
Throwing again. Carr. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Titans on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
I can't believe they even let you play.
From the gun, it's Carr. And he will find his man on the outside. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Carr now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Carr. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ed Oliver in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
Hey, let go.
Carr going to throw. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end.
Hey, check. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch him.
To throw on 3rd down. Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Oliver, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That 2nd down play nets a -4. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The former first-round pick Marlon Humphrey there to get a hand on it. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Let's go.
At their own 11-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. That's going to be caught by Samuel. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. He needed a yard, that's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Carr now on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
At the 25-yard line.
Throwing again on second down. Carr, open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw, deep depth. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And down to the 19-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
A gain of 22 yards. And the Texans first down.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And that makes it a 9-point game. They're all through up in Detroit. And the Lions adding more points to their total, extending that lead. If they hold on, it would be win number 10 for them on the year. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now Carr. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Back to throw, Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Andrews. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
That's good for the Titans. First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Carr to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off around the 37, and that will write a finish to this ball game. So Houston going to come away here with the victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Houston, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And another road date awaits them next week as their opponents will be the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, it's a loss that could wind up hurting a little as they fall now to 11-4. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles